What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Family, I'm going to tell you straight out the gate. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this at all. I would tell you this though. Just keep it respectful, because we ain't got to agree. We can agree to disagree, but just keep it respectful. Do not come on here trying to disrespect the host, because you will get ghosted. That's right. I said it. This one right here, this is a heavy one right here, fam. I'm going in. I'm going all the way in on this one. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it at all. You're not gonna like it at all. But I bet you for a few of you who don't like it up front, I bet you if you hear me all the way out, I'll guarantee y'all change your mind. See, what I like to do, fam, is give you information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. But if I do, I'm gonna correct it. I'm gonna get that proper information and I'm gonna share that with you. Because I love you for real, fam. I ain't just saying it. You know, like I could do a whole lot of stuff. I could talk about a whole lot of stuff and not talk about certain things and have 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Easy. Easy. It wouldn't be no problem for me at all. I could let this comment section run rampant and just let people say whatever reckless stuff they want to say, cause dissension, cause confusion, you know, just act a damn fool, just be on here with all kind of foul stuff. But that ain't what it's about. You know, I'm really about that growth thing, you know, that turned me on. That's sexy to me. Growth is sexy to me. Evolution is sexy to me. So I know some of you have your convictions and ain't nothing gonna change your mind. In regards to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's relationship, which they've made very public at times, some of you have come to your own conclusions and you either are in support of them or you're not. And it's nothing anybody can say to change your mind. It's kind of like being a Trump supporter. You know, he can go and kill somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and you wouldn't bat an eye. You rush to the polls to defend him. And, ooh, that's my president. So I get it. I get it. But for those of you who are closed-minded, this ain't for y'all. This right here is for those who would like to hear what I got to say about this situation, and I would say an objective viewpoint. This is an objective viewpoint because I've had my opinions about this situation also, right? And I've told y'all up front that I've always, you know, been pulling for Will and Jada. I feel like I got a better connection with Will because we toured together. You know, he's a fellow rapper. I feel there's some camaraderie right there on a professional level. And bigger than that, I just love. I like to see people work it out. I like to see people go against the odds. I was one of the biggest advocates for Bobby and Whitney. People were saying they didn't need to be together. For whatever they gave each other, for a long time, it worked for them. Some people don't get that ever. So I was pulling for Bobby and Whitney. Against all odds, I was pulling for them. When two people find each other and they say, this is it, this is my person, that's what it is. And everybody else is going to have to deal with it. Which brings me to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Jada's new book came out today, Worthy. She's been on a press tour for the book and pretty much spilling her guts. Every stop, I'm watching her intensely and I'm listening. I'm listening for and I'm listening against because I want to be objective. The book comes out. I read the book, not all the way finished, but I read it enough to get some very, very key points about her childhood and why she moved the way she moved. Jada revealed in her book that her mother was a heroin addict. You know that nice, beautiful woman that you see on Table Talk was a heroin addict. She hasn't always been, an ideal mother, a model mother, right? But she loved her always. She said her father was an alcoholic who told her, I can't be your daddy. At a young age, told her, I can't be your daddy. Imagine a little girl, a 13-year-old girl hearing something like that. Her daddy say, I can't be your daddy. Imagine a 13-year-old girl being left to her own devices when her mother go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I believe she said 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And she don't come home until, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And she don't come home until 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So Jada had revealed she had a boyfriend, a 17-year-old boyfriend at 13 who used to work at a convenience store. So she would go to the store and just hang out with him until it was time for her mom to come home, and she'd slip back in the house just in time before she'd get found out. She revealed that her maternal grandmother is the one who taught her to be open and honest with herself and to exhibit unconditional love to those who you claim to love. Hence why, no matter what, no matter who she was dating, she always let it be known that her and Pop were friends. And it's hard for a lot of us to understand something like that because we see everything as sexual. And if we are to go by what Jada has said, their relationship was more spiritual. It had nothing to do with sex. It's hard for us to fathom something like that. But I think about myself and I think about the women that are in my life that love me, and if we have a strictly platonic relationship, I've been friends with them longer than most guys who come into their life. They come and go, come and go, come and go. But I've been there through thick and thin, good and bad, through all the ups and downs. Why would they abandon me because they met a new guy? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in their life as a guy who's having sex with them or who's desiring them physically. I'm a friend, a true friend, a tried and proven friend. Again, I know that's hard for a lot of y'all to understand because y'all think every man want to have sex with every woman. And when you're young, okay, you can chalk that up when you're very young. You can chalk that up oftentimes. But as you get older and you mature, you realize that you cannot have sex with every woman. And it might be a good idea to not try. Because some of the best friendships happen when sex is actually not even involved at all. So why would I meet a woman today and she has a friend who's been a friend to her for 20 years, and I come in, or 5 years, let's say 5 years, and I come in she ain't really sure where this thing gonna go with me. And she decides she gonna abandon her friend who's been there for through her ups and downs. I think it takes a certain level of maturity to do that, to accept that. And most of us don't have that. That is why we can't understand the relationship. Her friend died a tragic death. She couldn't be there for him. In fact, when he died, she revealed that they were on bad terms. They wasn't speaking to each other. Not they wasn't speaking to each other for the rest of their lives. It's just they were on a break. They hadn't spoke to each other, mad at each other, whatever. He died. Now, all of these things that she took for granted, all of these things that went unsaid, they're buried with him. And she got to live with that. So his birthday comes around. She puts up a picture on her Instagram honoring him. His death date comes around. That's her friend. She honors him. That's her friend. A true, tried, and thorough friend, which most of us desire, but we don't have. Why would she abandon that? And it takes a really, really strong man, not a simp, but it takes a strong man to be secure with that. So imagine she honoring her friend on his death date, or she just posting a memory of her and her best friend from time to time, and people just taking jabs at her and taking jabs at Will, calling him a simp. Look how much he a sucker. He this, he that, he that, he that. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. I don't know if I'd have been able to do it. But I ain't Will Smith. I'm Willie D. I'm Willie Dennis. I don't know if I could have done it. But I'm not mad at him for doing it. I'm not mad. I don't look at him as less of a man because he was able to do it. The fact that I couldn't do it is my own insecurities or my own hangups, my own pride. My own pride wouldn't allow me to do it. My own pride probably would not allow me to do it. But I can't project my insecurities or my pride onto Will Smith. That ain't adulting. See, a lot of us, we just look grown. We act grown. Our bodies are grown. But our minds are underdeveloped. We ain't that there. We ain't got there yet. We have not gotten there yet. A lot of us, we really are like, we're really like little children, stuck in adult bodies. This is a heavy one, fam. I told y'all I was going in on this one. I told y'all that I was going to go in. We all want the fairy tale marriage. We get married because we're so in love and we feel we want to live the rest of our lives with one person. Our vows even stated, through better or worse. I can appreciate that Will and Jada found their better or worse. For real, real. We all want someone who will love us unconditionally through everything. All caps. They've demonstrated that love for one another. When you're on a journey toward healing, you have to unearth all the things you've done in the midst of your brokenness. That's what we're seeing, family. When we see Jada talking about all of these things, we see her unearthing these things in the midst of her brokenness. It's her journey to healing, towards healing, that she's sharing with the world. The only difference between Jada and a lot of women is that she's in the spotlight. That's what we're seeing. She is telling her journey, her truth. People oftentimes want to tell their story, but there are some parts they intentionally leave out because it's too horrible. It's too triggering. She didn't do that. She told her truth, the ugly truth, that would most likely cast her in a bad light. That's true healing. She said it in the book. She knew that people would come for her, but she shared that information anyway. She knew. You talk about the slap, the Oscar slap. She said her and Will hadn't been together for 7 years, they'd been separated for 7 years. She talked about how she thought it was a skit when Will said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," because he hadn't called her his wife in a long time. One thing that we didn't get that she shared in the book is that Chris Rock came to her and apologized. We didn't get that side. We didn't hear that from Will, Jada, or Chris Rock. Chris Rock did a whole special clowning Will and Jada, but he never mentioned that he went and apologized to Jada. When Jada talks, you don't see or feel any vileness. And I was looking for it, family. I'm very, very, very good at judging human beings. I'm very good at checking for that energy. I'm looking. I'm searching. Since I've seen Jada on this press tour, and each time she's ever spoken about this stuff, you've seen no type of vileness whatsoever from her. You don't see any of that. We don't get a playbook in life. We don't know what the hell we're doing, family. We just try to do better than our parents did. Many of us are suffering in boxes we put ourselves in based on society or our family given down values. They've created a happiness, Will and Jada have created a happiness and peace for themselves. Although unconventional, it's obviously filled with love. Look at how Will's comments have been. We're looking for Will to throw Jada under the bus. We're looking for Will to say, "I'm hurt. I don't like that she did this." Will came back and say, "Look, if I had read this book 30 years ago, I would have given you more hugs." Everything is affirmation. I love her. I support her. But we over here attacking, going crazy on Jada. We saying all kinds of disrespectful stuff. But the guy who's affected by her actions most is taking it on the chin. And he's not only acknowledging that he supports her and loves her, but he's also holding himself accountable for his role in contributing to any amount of pain that she may have endured in her journey, any amount of trauma she may have endured in her journey. That is very hard to do. How many of us can say that after we've been hurt by somebody, that we can also look at ourselves and say, you know what? I was wrong. I did this. And perhaps had I not done this, perhaps we'd have a better situation. Or maybe that wouldn't have happened, or this wouldn't have happened. Not making excuses, but taking accountability, family. When Jada talks, you don't see or feel any vileness, any negative, condescending verbal behavior. Yes, she's an actress. She could be faking it. Why argue that? It can never be proven anyway. But when you've been through something, your spirit connects with spirits who've been through some of the same things. Another thing that drove her deeper into depression is when she shared her depression with her friends. Jada said that they would say, what are you talking about? You're married to Will Smith. Look at your life. Look at your big house you have. Look at all the money you have. You know, you was in this movie, that movie. You got gorgeous kids. And she didn't know how to respond to that. So what did she do? Once again, she took it on the chin. She took it on the chin. Oh, well, I guess you're right. Maybe I shouldn't be complaining. I got all this stuff that everybody wants. I got a big house. I got big cars. I got everything I want. All the trappings of success. I got one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. I see it, I hear it time and time again, family. So many of us are so caught up in symbolism. We're so caught up in the pretty house and the pretty cars. And I ain't saying I don't enjoy that type of stuff, because I live in a pretty house and I got some pretty cars. But what I'm saying is, it's bigger than that. If you ain't got this right here, if you ain't got it right between your ears, family, none of that stuff matters. That's why you see all the time rich people killing themselves. You see rich people committing suicide all the time. You never see it coming. Who could have thought that Robin Williams, one of the greatest comedians of all time, one of the friendliest guys, one of the happiest guys, always smiling, always in a good mood. That's what we saw, making people happy. That man was dying inside. He was depressed, and he took his own life. Now, people who ain't never had no money, they not gonna get it. Most of them won't get it because they think money is everything. That's why we have so much corruption in America, because they thought money was everything. That's why they went out there and to Africa and brought back human beings and enslaved them, because of this capitalistic society we live in. Money over everything. Man, if your mind ain't right, you're going to lose everything. If your mind ain't right, I don't care how much money you got, you're going to lose that mind. You lose your mind, how is that money going to benefit you if you lose your mind? If you ain't got no peace, how you going to sleep? Michael Jackson had everything. Michael Jackson had all the money. Michael Jackson had, there's no amount of fame that another human being could want that trumped Michael Jackson's fame, but he couldn't get no sleep. The man had to be sedated to go to sleep. Do you understand how deep that is, family? With all that money, that man died prematurely. That man couldn't find no peace. He couldn't find no sleep. It was very hard for him to trust. You know why? Because people just look at money and they think and they make money their ruler. Let me say it again. I ain't got no problem with money because I get money. You got to have paper in this world. I got that. But you got to have some balance. That balance is important. And in this society that we're in, right, we don't have balance, family. We don't have balance. This is why we're so critical of Will and Jada's relationship, because we don't have balance in our own relationships. And we see a lot of when we see their mistakes, we project our own fears, our own insecurities, our own pride onto them. So I get it. I get all sides of the equation. We're all just trying to figure it out, family. Jada's book is called Worthy. I think that all of us who have decided that we're going to take we're going to get in the lane of pointing fingers, we should write a book, and we should call that book Grace. Every last one of us, all of the millions or so, however many millions it is, we need to all get together and co-write a book called Grace. Because we got to learn that, because we want grace when we fall short of the glory of God and our parents' expectations. But we don't want to extend grace because we're perfect, or we just do everything right. We got to start doing more of seeking information on our own instead of just listening to blogs and running with the story. Listen to a little bitty, quick little clip that's been doctored, edited, modified to the expectations of the narrator. Family, we got to do better. Have your opinion, but present it in love. I know that's corny to some of y'all. Love is corny to some of y'all. That's why your life is so hard. You ain't got enough love in it. Somebody had a song, "What the world needs lies love, sweet love. It's the only thing that's too little love." We got everything else. Oh, we got an abundance of hate. Well, we got that hate thing on. We got that hate thing covered. We got it cornered. We got the market cornered in hate. We got the market cornered in complaining, critiquing, criticizing. We got the market cornered. But that thing that's going to give us the most peace, it's like it's a repellent to some of us. Love should be a magnet, not a repellent. Have your opinion, but present it in love, not tearing somebody down. Now, I know for a lot of us, we're in this blogosphere, we're on YouTube, and this type of stuff is good material, like it gets clicks. It gets clicks. People want somebody to be mad at. You got to have a villain. So it gets clicks. This video probably won't get as many clicks, because I ain't really riding with the narrative. I started one way and I was like, hold on, maybe I ain't looking at this right. Maybe I'm not looking at this thing right. Let me look at this Let me really, really take a look at this. You start to get a little bit more perspective on the slap when you find out that Chris Rock contacted Jada when he heard that her and Will were having marital issues. This is a guy who had been invited into their circle, have taken pictures with them together, who have hugged on this man's wife and laughed and giggled and kicked it with. And when he finds out that they're having marital issues, instead of him contacting Will and saying, yeah, I heard about what's going on, man. I'm here for you, brother. You know, what you need me to do. Hey, Jada, how you doing? It's your bro, Chris. You know what I'm saying? It's Chris. Look, if you need me to do anything, let me know. You need me to talk to Will? You know, you need me to do anything? What can I do? That should have been his position. So perhaps that's why Chris was hot. He couldn't get the girl. So maybe that's why he felt so compelled and he blurted out that B word so emphatically during his special. Because it's, you know, it was beyond personal. Everyone is in an uproar about this. Meanwhile, Will is graciously uplifting his partner. He's standing by her when everybody else is tearing her down. And he's doing it publicly. That's reverence, family. That's love, family. That's a ride or die. Y'all like to talk about ride or die. That's ride or die. Y'all like to talk in terms of biblical. Where in the Bible did it say if your spouse say something about you that is deemed to be unpleasant, that you should divorce them? Or your spouse, even if your spouse steps out on you. And I'm not saying this is I'm not even saying, family, that I could even do it. I'm just saying, well, so y'all always quoting the Bible. Y'all love God. Y'all talk about Christ, Jesus, take the wheel. But the first sign of trouble in your relationship, you're gone. But you stand there before everybody and say, till death do us part. Your food ain't cold, ain't warm enough. Oh, I'm finna divorce. Oh, I can't do this no more. First little sign of trouble. So I'm not with that, fam. I'm not with that. I'm not with that. And I know I ain't gonna change some of y'all minds. Some of y'all look at Jada and, you know, she's the villain. You know, she's the villain. And I get it. I don't try to change your minds on none of the videos that I do. What I do is give you information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. It is up to you what you do with that information and instructions. Going into the comments. What's up, Wolf Mob? Was that Zalter the Magnificent? What up? Prince Michael. Stephanie Coates. What's up, Steph? Tiffany Battle. What up? WRX. What up, Monroe D? Somebody said you'll change your mind again. Obviously, you don't know me. Who said that? I'm finna put it out there for you since you wanted to say that. Oh, Breeze C7 says you'll change your mind again, Willie D. Yeah, you don't really know me like that, Bree. You don't know me like that. You can't even find where I flip flop. Now you might find me where I stood on something and then I changed my mind about something once. But you're not you can't find one video. I got damn near 6,000 videos on here, and I bet you can't find one situation, one issue where I changed my mind about something and then changed it again. I bet you can't find one video because I don't do that. I ain't got no problem standing on something, family. And I ain't scared of nobody in the world. Like, I got one life to live. I'm not going to live it like a coward. I'm not going to live it for somebody else. I'm going to walk in my truth. Just like y'all walking in y'all truth. I'm going to walk in mine. If I think I'm right, I'll stand on it. Even if nobody else will stand with me, I'll stand all by myself. I've done that my whole career. I've done that my whole life. I've had situations where I've been in certain places and I'd be the only person fighting. Other dudes just take off run. I'll stand there and I'll fight. Physically and literally. Figuratively speaking and literally speaking, I'll fight. If I think I'm right, I stand on righteousness. I ain't got no problem standing on what I believe in. And I love y'all to death, but I ain't gonna pander to you. I'm not gonna get on here and just say something just to make y'all agree and just make y'all happy. And for y'all to be like, yeah, man, yeah, get them. No, I ain't built like that. I'm not subscribing to that. I could easily come on here and just say, yeah, man, look at Jada Smith. You talk down. That's easy. That's easy. And I'm going to get a whole lot of people going to say, yeah, you're right, man. Get her. Nah. What I'm trying to do is get an understanding. Now, some of you going to conclude a different understanding. Some of you going to read the book. You're going to listen to what she got to say or not listen, whatever. And you got your own opinion. And you're going to conclude what you conclude based on the evidence that you have in front of you or the research that you do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm basing my commentary based on the information that I've received. I'm basing it on the information, the research that I've done on my analyzing of this situation and that relationship. And the only reason I'm speaking on it at all is because, and that's their business. But since they made it public, the only reason I'm speaking on it at all is to try to help somebody else. I'm cool. I'm trying to help somebody else. That's it. Renee Terrell says, so that doesn't make you right. It's just your opinion. Exactly. Don't make me right. It's just my opinion. What's up, Ruth Robinson? And when I say, like in the title says we all owe Jada Pinkett Smith an apology. When I say we all, I mean we all who have attacked her, right? Because I think that you can be right. I think that you can, you can have an opinion about something without attacking a person, right? Like, and that's why I mentioned grace. Because I'm pretty sure that every single one of us have made some bad, bad, bad decisions in our personal relationships, our personal romantic and intimate relationships. I'm pretty certain of that. So if we want grace, what is our hang up with extending grace? Fair exchange ain't robbery. What's up, Shirley Hayes? Jimmy Ranger says, I'm not apologizing. I'm standing by what I feel. Well, that's the problem, Jimmy, assuming you are a man. Men aren't supposed to feel. We're supposed to think. And it's no disrespect to women, but women got a damn good excuse for having feelings. Men are supposed to think. That's why, and women will agree, most women will agree that men are rational. We're rational. We look at things logically. We don't look at things based on feelings. We go based on logic. We think, we're thinkers. We think things through. What's up, Deanna? Is that Deanna? No, I'm going to go with Deanna. That's Deanna. Deanna Vanasco. What's up, Deanna? No, I'm not saying women don't think. Of course, women think, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like typically like in little spats and stuff when men and women have these little like minute disagreements and stuff like that. A lot of times women just will do stuff based on emotions or say certain things based on emotions. Or they feel this way today, the next day they feel this way about the same thing. It's something different. Once a man go like, well, this is how I feel. Man goes like, well, this is what I think about it. This is what I think. This is what I think. Woman like, this is what I feel. It's different. Now, obviously, it's some men that don't think at all, of course. But I'm just speaking in general. Women, y'all know y'all emotional. I don't know why you trying to try me. You know y'all emotional. Man, perfect example. A man getting ready to leave the house. Look, babe, I'm finna go get some food. You want something to eat? No, I'm okay. You sure? You don't want nothing to eat? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Dude, take off, go get some food, come back. And now, what you get? Oh, and she looking at the food. And she knows she wants some of that food. So what happens? You want to try it? Yeah, I'll try a little bit. And she always gets a little bit, right? It's always more than what you thought she just wanted a little taste. Now she didn't want to taste, she want to eat. Because in between you leaving that house and coming back in 20 minutes, she done changed her mind. She's now hungry. Man, we don't operate like that. When we say we hungry, we hungry. We say we're not hungry, we're not hungry. Bootney Farnsworth, what's up? Come in late to this, came in late to this. Boston, Massachusetts checking in. This whole thing should have been played out in private. Two talented people, not a fan of either one. Hope they sort this out. Men and logic are not always synonymous. That's true. True story, true story. I mean, I agree to that. I give you that. That's why I'm speaking in general. That's why I spoke in general. David Wicks. Truth Man. Mustafa Allah. Myth the Legend says real men have emotions. Yeah, all people have emotions. Real men are just not emotional. It's a difference between having emotions and being emotional. See, when you're emotional, when men are emotional, and I've said like men, yeah, men can be emotional, right? But what happens typically when a man becomes emotional, he makes mistakes. So this is why it's not a good idea for a man to be emotional. We're walking on a lot of men right now because they were emotional. They let their emotions take over, and it cost them their life. There's a lot of men who are in prison right now because they were emotional. It's a lot of dudes who don't have a good relationship with their children because they were emotional. You might want to tell your kid, shut the F up. You know what? This, whatever you want to say to them that's derogatory, you might want to say that. But this is where logic comes in because your actions have to be consistent with the outcome that you want. So if the outcome that you want with your children is respect and a good relationship, a good father child relationship, then it must be rooted in love and respect. And ain't nothing respectful about cussing your child out or degrading your child. Some of y'all think, well, this is my baby, this is my child, I can say what I want to say and it ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be the kid, I'm gonna be the daddy anyway. Well, what you do is that, yeah, they ain't going nowhere. But what happens is that when you disrespect your child, they lose trust in you. They lose a little bit of trust in you each time. And then you don't have a good relationship with them and you wonder why. Because you planted all these seeds of doubt. So emotions will make you cuss your child out. Even if they do something bad, emotions will make you cuss your child out. But logic will make you talk to your child with respect and give them that lesson. If you're so hot that it makes you feel like that's how you feel, they make you that angry, then you need to communicate the lesson to them so that you don't feel that way again. But some of us don't want to put that work in. We want to take the shortcut. And the shortcut is just screaming. The shortcut is shut the F up. The shortcut is because I said so. You're raising human beings. So you have to teach these lessons along the way. And if you're not willing to invest in teaching those lessons, you're going to lose some character equity with your children. Some of y'all may not care about that. But I can tell you it makes a difference. Eddie say somebody got the Willie D. Who got the Willie D? Uh, let me explain something to you, Eddie, because you probably knew too. Go back and check my resume. I wish, let who got to Willie D come forward. If you've ever been able to get to Willie D, I'm going to call you out right now. You a sucker. You a clown. Now show proof the way you got to Willie D. Okay, so you say somebody got to Willie D. Whoever out there who'd ever been able to get to Willie D and make Willie D change his convictions based off of giving him a little bread or putting fear in him some kind of way, you a hoe. Now come forward with your evidence. Come with your receipts. You can't get to Willie D. I'm sold, not for sale. I know it's hard for some of y'all. It's hard for some of y'all to see somebody that's actually in the entertainment industry that stand on something. That's actually in the entertainment industry that can't be bought. I know it's hard for some of y'all. But I'm gonna tell you, if somebody was able to get to me, they would have been able to do it a whole lot sooner. And I would have had a whole lot more money, a whole lot more sooner. You can't get to Willie D. Sold, not for sale. L Easy, what up? Mustafa. Don't get twisted. I see you. Who said that? Soar above. I see you. Emotional Willie, men are emotional too. I see you. Look, don't get it twisted. Don't get passion twisted with emotions. Don't get that twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm in total control of what's going on up here. Total control. Della Smart. Demetrius Alexandra. What's up? Who is this? Prophetess? What's up? What's up, Brenda? Brenda saw Jesus. Raw T. Ruth Robinson. What's up? Pam Jackson. What it do? LH. I see you. What up, Micah Thompson? Mike Nice, what's up? Myth and legend say they cloned Willie D. The real Willie D is being held hostage in an underground basement in the Pentagon. Conspiracy theory 101. Mike, you wild for that, man. Myth the legend, you wild for that, man. That's crazy. Monique Miller, what's up? Black Diamond, I see you. Appreciate you. All right, fam. Ali Florence. Hey, too much to reiterate, family. If you missed the live, I'm gonna keep it up. So just click on and you can watch the live back. But I said everything that I needed to say, and I'm gonna end the live right now, fam. But just remember, grace. Till next time, family, no more talk.